Council funding, and because there is a development scheme, game development scheme. There is a game development scheme. In the end, we were supported thanks to the connection of successful animation brand and credible educational platform. So after the team presentation, we will come back and we will talk a little bit about our future plans. And I give the word now to our team.
Okay, my microphone was muted. So, okay, so to sum it up, our project or our journey is a journey of learning. Our team was created just before the start of this project. So, and it's a team of students, freelancers, and employees put it together based on their motivation and skill, and by guidance of mentors from games industry and from guide from stakeholders who has really good know-how in the art, the art part of this project. We went into 5-month journey to develop a game, and this journey will be presented you by 2 members of the team, by Branjo and Tomáš. But I will now give words to them. So Branjo, Tomáš, the stage is yours.
Okay, thank you, Roman. So hello, everyone. As Roman said, my name is Branjo, and together with my colleague Tomáš, I present you development part of this project. So let me share my screen with audio and some video sample. So before we start to talk what was happening behind the scene, it will be better when we show you firstly a short gameplay trailer, and you will have a better idea what we will be talking about. So I hope you will hear the sound as well. Okay, that was very short sample. And when we talk about development, it always starts with people. And as you can see, we were 7 people. We had a game designer in the team, 3 Unity developers, 2 artists, and me in the role of game producer. And it was very challenging at the beginning because we didn't know each other from the start. Okay, I will just very quickly put it on the full screen. Sorry for interruption. Okay, so We didn't know each other at the beginning, but shortly we tried to we developed our working time and working process, and then we start to create the game. When we started to brainstorm how we can transform the key message of the cartoon or more key messages, we decided to focus on 3 main pillars. We really wanted children to immerse in colorful and optimistic world. We wanted them enjoy simple puzzles, and we also wanted to implement some education elements. And also it was very important at the beginning to write down some technical parameters, or let's say some limits we really needed to be aware of. Our target group was, there were children in age from 4 to 7 years. It was really challenging. Also, we wanted to have gameplay time about 15 to 60 minutes. Our main platform is supposed to be tablets with Android OS, but now I can say it is normal playable on mobile phone as well. And at this very moment, we are finishing iOS version. An interesting thing is that we decided for free monetization. So there is no payment and there are absolutely no ads. And now Thomas will tell you more what was happening behind the coding and art transformation. So Thomas, your word.
Okay, thank you, Brania. So my name is Tomáš Pavlík, and I was one of the Unity developers in the team. So first of all, there will be just a very quick trip to the history. So when we started, we created 2 concepts, how to actually translate the series into a playable game. And our thinking was going in 2 directions. One was a 2D platformer. You can imagine something like Mario. And the second one was a 2D adventure that was inspired by games like, from Monetization, for example. The problem with 2D platformer was actually translating it to something that was understandable and playable to the small kids, because it was really difficult to think of a game that wouldn't have any skill-based elements in this format. So we went in the way of 2D adventure, classical point-and-click adventure, but of course all the texts removed and the simplified interface. Yeah, you can go to the next slide. So the next slide is a little behind the scenes of how the game actually is built. So you can see the player enters the menu where they can select what level they want to play. But of course, at the beginning, the levels, some of the levels are locked. And each level has something like a template that is always the same. So the player enters some kind of a lobby area where they get to know the surroundings and they get some hints about how to solve the task at hand. In the next room, they have to collect some items that they will need in the final minigame or the puzzle that is entered through the first room. And there they have to solve some simple puzzle. And then we have another area that was called Park, where there is a tutorial at the beginning of the game to teach them the basic mechanics, the movement in the game, and item picking. And it's also kind of a trophy room. So after finishing each of the levels, they will get a small present that will be displayed then in this area. Next slide, please, Brania. Okay, and this is the detail of the final puzzles of the minigames. So we have 3 levels and 3 minigames. One was sewing, one was cooking, and one was decorating of the Christmas tree. You can go to next slide. Here I wanted to show you how the visuals developed. In the bottom left corner, you can see the beginning, where we basically just took assets that we had available from the series, and we just put it together. But we didn't really like the mood of that. It didn't really work with the change genre with the game. So we had to transform it ourselves and make it more colorful, joyful, and have the mood that we wanted to convey to the players. Next, please. as Katka was saying, one of the main characters, Mimi, is blind. She doesn't see, so we wanted to depict this somehow in the game. So we came up with the concept that as she doesn't see, she can't interact with the objects too far. So she has some kind, or the player sees only a limited part of the screen with fully visible objects. Next slide, please. And this is the conclusions and the lessons learned from this for us as the team developing this game. What we were really happy with were the graphics and the animations. So we were really happy about how our artists transformed all the assets and how it looks like in the end. The sounds and music, we had professional help with that, and it really turned the game to another level, I think. Android optimization, it really runs well on all the devices that we targeted. And we are also happy about the puzzles that we created, those mini games that I presented. Where we could have done a little better, I think, is we definitely planned more content than there is in the end, but of course we weren't that experienced, and you always have grand plans at the beginning. But in the end, I think that there is really good quality content, but it's not as much as we wanted. We wanted to put more educative elements into the game to make it more attractive to the parents and to the kids. And this is also connected to playability across the age group, because there is really a big difference between a 4-year-old kid and a 7-year-old kid in terms of how they play the game. And where we would like to get better in the future is the mechanic or the way Mimi's blindness was depicted. We think that, or from what we gathered, it doesn't really convey the message as much as we wanted. Also balance between the main characters. So there are 2 main characters in the series. In this game, it was leaning very much towards Mimi, and Lisa didn't get as much space as we wanted. And we would also like to improve on the story, because there isn't much of a story in the game, and that's also something we wanted to incorporate. So that's all from me, and over to you, Brania.
Okay, so maybe you are wondering what was how our target group perceived the game after a final release. Well, on Google Play Store, we have almost 5 stars evaluation from 5. And also we have very nice and positive comments on Facebook page, on Instagram, and also text reviews. And what depends on installs, you can see we have more than 1,000, but now we are in the 2nd round of promotion just via Google Ads, and we have our target is another 1,000 installs. You also can see what our budget is, so it's a really low-cost campaign. And until now, we mainly focus on Facebook, direct mail, and we had also some media coverage. What depends on territory, we focus our campaign also just on Slovakia and Czech Republic. And key message of the campaign was focused on women from 18 to 65 age. Women, especially parents. So that's about our evaluation. And now we can move to your questions. But meanwhile, when we'll be discussing, you can download our game for your Android device from the first upper QR code or link. And just for this conference, we created a web version, so also you can play it via your web browser. So if you have any questions or need to clarify something, feel free to ask.
Thank you, Branio. Thank you. So you can find a link for a game also in a chat via Zoom, or you can find it via Facebook as well. So thank you, Branio and Tomáš. That was a short, really short presentation about how they fight with this kind of challenge. And let me share my screen so I can follow up. So as Brandon said, you may ask as many questions as you want. You can just use a Slido, or later after another two short presentations, you can ask in person via Zoom as well. So to sum this all up, or maybe just to show you some kind of game industry perspective, I will give you a few short points about game development, and maybe more focused for producers. So when to decide for adaptation of your IP, or what may you expect in terms of budget, and what to do with the MVP, what the game, for example, with the game we produced. So to go through that, I will show you, first of all, when to decide for adaptation. The short question is anytime, because you can develop it as a transmedia project. You can think about adapting a game from the beginning. You may find a lot of reason for that, and so this example can be one of them. But you can also adapt as an existing project, as it was in this case. So you can already have something developed, and surely it will help the game as such. For example, it was a big help for marketing for our team, because the brand Mimi and Lisa was already quite known, so it was easier for them to get some feedback, and also to find, as we call it, early adapters. Sometimes when you decide whether to adapt it or not, you can think about how strict or how loose your art direction is. You can either use exact assets if you have developed a game already, or you can give more freedom to a team of game developers. What is the point of all of this is that this is a cooperation. This is cooperation between animation studio and game studio. And what you can do is to find the level of your cooperation which you would like. Sometimes you can give them more freedom. Sometimes you are more keen to have a level of control of the vision. So that will be upon you. And most of all, what I think is important before adaptation is explore the industry, the game industry, most notably to maybe a networking. For example, here with us is Maroš from Slovak Game Developers Association. So if you would have some questions about game industry, maybe he will answer them as well. But every country has something like that, some kind of game dev community, and they also make some kind of conferences, or at least meetups, and you can meet the people and sometimes find the right people and find some kind of chemistry between you, and that's something what can help the project. So what about the budget? So to provide MVP, that means that some kind of prototype of a product which will be tested on the market, whether the market fit is there, whether you succeed whether you succeeded or not with what you wanted to do with that game. And for that, it may go from 5,000 to 20,000 euros. This is just my really rough estimations, or something what's made from my experience, or how we do it. So how you can make an MVP? You can find a game studio, who who are already professionals, and they can help you to really find the right reasons for the adaptation, or how to make the best game possible for you. Or you can maybe find somebody like Butterfly Effect, or some student team who can help you develop the idea. That is our case. It was not the professionals who developed this prototype, but it was team, but they were guided by professionals, right? And after you have that MVP, why you want to do an MVP is to really decide whether it's a good idea for you or not. Sometimes you can think this is the best idea, but when nobody wants to play that game, it will be really foolish to invest more. So what's the point of this MVP is also that you can learn something what you may never think about previously. That's another case. And then it really is this, and then it's really wild guesses, but you can make from 50 to 100K to get some kind of budget for making early access version of a game, or something what can be either sold or used in some kind of way. That is my next slide. That how can you find money for that? When you have some money on you already, that's great. You can just pay the studio, or find students and and, and, and try to develop your idea. But if you have not too much money under your pillow, you can seek for a public funding, as it was in this case Slovak Art Council. But I believe you can find a lot of similar programs maybe in your area as well. But also Creative Europe has some kind of programs for developing a game, but in not for MVPs, but for more developed idea, which is in not an early stage, but thought through much more. Then, what you would like, what you should seek maybe is some kind of publisher. And publisher is something like distributor, and there are people who knows how to market the game, how to publish it right, and they have a lot of industry knowledge, so they can help you with development as well. So you does not need to seek for publishers just after you finish the game, but also during the development. And there are also maybe other sources of like co-production and some kind of angel investments as well, but that would be too much to talk about right now. So but why you should develop the game? What's in it for you, or for your project? I will really shortly will talk about the business models of games. Your game can be freemium. It means that it can be downloaded for free, but you can find some kind of monetization inside. Maybe through ads, maybe through in-app purchases. That's really a long topic, but that's one case. Another idea is a premium game. So that's something I believe all of you know. There's a game for a price. You download it and that's it, right? It works for a lot of games, and so maybe this will be a model for you. But also for this kind of media, it can have some other purposes. You can have this game not only to just to make money from the game, but it can be for other purposes as well, as such as is marketing. It can really help to spread the idea of the game. It can expand the universe of your brand, and you can use it for gamification, and there are really almost endless possibilities. So, and to sum it up, so these are just some examples from the general idea of game industry. And now I will give word to Katka and Katka to sum it up, and maybe they will show you how they think about the future of their project, and how to fund their project in the future. So please, Katka, share your screen and we may move on.
Yes, so thank you, Roman, for your nice explanation. So in the end, what to say? The cooperation with Butterfly Effect showed us that there can be synergy between animation and game production, not only by using the assets, storytelling, but also with promo activities. And because Full Moon is currently working on new TV special, Mimi and Lisa Garden, we would like to use this synergic effect of cross-media, and with the release of this new TV special Garden, we also want to bring the next levels of our game we developed until now. It means for us to continue with the game development with our team and move our cooperation to the professional level. And from team will be company now. So we can have a contract and everything is like in professional level too. Our goal is not only to continue with game, but also to improve it. We need to work on the perception of blindness and highlight the cooperation between two main characters, Mimi and Lisa, as we felt this was the thing we need to improve, as Tomáš said before. So we are looking forward to these following steps. And in the end, thank you for your attention. Thank to our partners, of course. And we are also here for your next questions. And screen is free again.
Right. Thank you a lot, Katka. So as I look at time, it seems that we are really on time. So at the end, what I really would like to thank our partners of this CEEA animation experience is the organizers CEEA animation, who provided the platform for this case study, for this talk, and it was made possible with financial support of Creative Europe Media, Republika Slovenia, Slovenský filmský, Center, Slovak Audiovisual Fund, Slovak Art Council, and also APAF. And with that, I would really like to move to Q&A session. So for all of you who are here with us, in Zoom, you can raise your hand if you are brave enough, and you can pose your question for us within the Zoom. But but other means are here as well. You can post your question, ask your question through Slido. You can find the Slido in the chat, or as we showed you previously, you can just go to Slido and write their hashtag CEE. So, but as we can see, we have already a lot of questions, so I will start to addressing them. So really thank you. And first question with 4 points we can find is this. Were there any changes necessary on the original art assets? Okay. Risho, you just... Okay, it's there. So this is questions, I believe, for you, Katka. So were there any changes necessary on the original art assets besides the color changes? So
Okay.
first of all, Katka, and then Branyo and Tomasz. So Katka, from your side, maybe you can talk about more what you had to prepare before.
Okay, so we thought about this process of education, that team should have more freedom when they will adapt our art design. So we, let's say, we gave them more space to change some colors or some visuals. It was important for us because we were in this process not only as a stakeholder, but also as a part of team. You know, we wanted to see what also they can do with our visual. We didn't want to make it really like a dictate of the visual of Mimi and Lisa. But still, we will work on it, of course. So we will move also this way in terms of visual and art design in the next steps.
Okay, and maybe Branyo, what's your perspective from game development?
Well, there is big difference between game and cartoon, and the biggest difference is that we have high limit of or limitation of size. We had 100 megabytes for the application for Google Play Store, and then you really need to decrease quality of resolution of your backgrounds, of your characters, and also moving parts, animations needed to be decreased a little bit. And the second challenge or second difference between or for transformation was the sound design and the music needed to be transformed to be in more repetitive way, more repeating, and also the quality again needed to be decreased a bit. And it was like it's very small game, just 3 levels, and we had already 88 megabytes from 100. So fortunately, we catch this limit.
Right. So from the technical standpoint, you had to make some kind of compromises. But what about the change of the art?
Well, I will really. We wanted to like be in the same way as much as possible, but there are some. for example, the main menu of the game, we needed to change a little bit. We really wanted to go to more smiley, more bright, more colorful style, and maybe some objects into the game that needed to be transferred into the more movable way for players to play with them. But that's probably all, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. There was also some changes because of the UX. You need to change to differentiate the objects that you can interact with the background more, which is also a difference.
Yeah, that's true. We also needed to make it more interactive for player, for at least some items in each level. And the special chapter is our mini games, where you like putting together a special object, and that object after that is in the park. For example, you are creating the bird, and that bird is after that it's moving and flying in the park. So something like this.
So thank you. So there were some changes necessary, we believe, but in the grand scheme of things, I don't think it was really really big changes, like some necessary technical changes, but and some which were needed because of the interactive part. Okay, thank you. So next question from Maros. Will you be localizing the game to other languages and releasing it in markets where TV series were sold? So, Katka.
I have to say that we are thinking game will be without dialogues. So this is good point. And I have to say in the beginning for Full Moon, we didn't expect to earn money or to monetize the game at this moment or in these following steps. We really were focused on marketing, and as you, Roman, said before, we were focused to get more promotion, more, let's say, more connection between gaming and brand of Mimi and Lisa. And also we were thinking about this let's say educational activity as the first step to get something or to get somewhere. So yes, for the future, sure, we would like to release the game also to the markets where a TV series was sold. Would be great, but we are aware that there will be a lot of work still. We need to improve it first. Yeah. This is my point of view.
Right, thank you. There is also a question in our Zoom chat, which is asking about whether the game is in Slovak. Right now, it was developed for Slovak and Czech market, but the game is designed in a way that you don't need to speak Slovak for playing the game, but the menu the small parts which where there are some kind of explanations are in Slovak, but actually, but maybe Brane correct me, but you can play it if you don't speak Slovak. It's kind of straightforward, right?
Yes, there are no texts, so you can play it from every country. But the option menu and the page store is completely in Slovak, so this can be like the boundary for this.
Right, thank you. So next question is, Why did you skip iOS? And did you skip iOS? Brano, that's for you.
At the beginning, everything was planned, the whole developing process was planned just for Google Play Store. And as deep as I know, Roman, you can correct me, it was because of really high bureaucracy from, like, it's really hard for non-government organization to create proper iOS page for launching apps. So maybe Risho or Vizik, you can correct me. At the beginning, there was no infrastructure for that. Just at the end of our developing process, it was possible. So that's why we started just now.
So just a little correction. It's because of the scope. We had 5 months, and we would like to focus on one area. And now, after first tests and soft launches in Google on Google Play, the team is publishing it on iOS, and it will be out shortly, I think. Branyo.
Yes, it's actually now in a review process. So I don't know, Apple, how much time it needs to review our game, but I hope it will be 1 day, 2 days.
But the main reason why we started with Google Play instead of Apple Store is it's easier to publish unfinished games a little bit, and there is no other main reason, and it will be out on iOS as well in short time. So next question, I believe it will be more for game dev team, is how much did you test with children during development? Did you have focus groups, or how did you test?
Well, when we needed testing on children, the pandemic situation was very bad at the time, or started to be worse and worse. So it was almost impossible to get to some kindergarten school or children's school. So we had to ask our contacts, our relatives to install this game and show it to children, and took a video of that playing. So we were collecting videos and then studying it. And we were 2 rounds of testing. First round, it was in 11 or 12 children, and second round, it was like 8 children or maybe 9 children. And also our Unity developer, he has 2 children, so he used them for testing as well. It's actually Thomas. I'm not sure if Thomas is still here. Maybe Thomas needed to go, went away.
Right. So you had 2, we could say, like online focus groups, and then you go to soft launch, right?
Yes.
Okay. So hopefully we answered the question. If not, feel free to ask again for more details. And we will move for other questions from Pepe. And he or she is asking, do you already have user feedback on the game?
Yes, we have reviews on Google Play Store. And we also analyze every Facebook comment on the game, on the Facebook page of Mimi and Lisa Cartoon. And fortunately, it's mostly positive. So so we are happy of that. There are negative things that the people are talking about is that it's very short, and sometimes they, because there is no text or no proper explanation, sometimes they don't know what to do in the game, but generally they are really satisfied.
Okay, thank you. Next question is kind of technical one. Did you make all animation in Unity or use additional tool like Spine or something like that?
Well, it would be better if our artists were here. I remember we had different tool for making animation, not Spine, but drag and bones. but we had some technical problem to the format of this tool was so not very friendly with Unity. So we had to transfer it or comprimate it in Unity again and change the quality. So it was somehow like this. I really needed to ask our artist about this, but I remember it was like this process.
Mm-hmm. But generally, you can do it either in Unity, but also you can use some other tool as well. Right. Okay. Thank you. Next question. Next question. What I see is how challenging is it to work with government funding when game dev scope often changes during game development? It depends how you. I will answer this first of all because I don't think we really had this kind of problem because our funding was for educational purposes mostly, but our project is practical, so there is also an outcome which is a game. But especially in Slovakia, there is really focused program for funding games on the Slovak Art Council, and there is all people who are judging these kind of projects. These are people from the industry, so they can understand that the scope can be changed, or not the scope, but the project, the game can change. And so in this kind of mindset that you are asking questions and providing answers through playtesting and through soft launches, I believe it was not problematic for us, and I don't think it is as problematic as you may think. Do you want to add something, Katka or Branyo?
No, I just wanted to add that really we applied in a scheme which was focused on educational activity. So this was also the good point.
Mm-hmm.
And for them, I think it was important that we are connecting professional level with educational level, because this is the practice where the team could or teams could learn the most important things when they are cooperating, writing with professionals. So I think this was a good point, not bad point.
Mm-hmm. Right. So I don't think it was as challenging, and I believe if the outcome is good and and properly justified, I don't think it will be as much of a problem. But the correct communication between funder and fundee, I think, is something what will help you if you are thinking about something like that. So, what was the final budget for Mimi and Lisa game? So, that is kind of a hard question because it was an educational program. So I don't think I can answer really properly, because what we funded was educational process with outcome of a game. So and that's something what I mentioned earlier. So between 5 to 20K, it depends on how you think about that project. And from whose perspective. But actually, the whole project is about 30,000 euro. But this is also with mentors, with some other funding. So I would say that the rough estimate between 5 to 20, if you want some kind of a number, is the most close.
Quite right. Probably I would like to add, I didn't mention it before, that stakeholder should co-finance the project. It's the similar process like we did by producing of film production. And for us, it was about 3,000 euros we invest for Full Moon.
Yeah.
I didn't mention it before, so this could help.
Yeah, that's like the cash, and there is if you think about about adapting the game, you should really think also about your time investment for that, and you should think about that as well, because if you want to learn about how it works, you should really reserve some time for that as well, to really give feedback. And there sometimes are there are sometimes I would say workflow problems to be fixed, to, for example, how to provide the right assets and how to convey the story or the essence of the brand the best way possible. So you really have to think about that time as well, which is not like full time. It can be few hours a week, but you should think about that as well. It's also your investment. So next question is, do you need different team members for Android versus iOS, or it is done by the same people? Branio, tell us about that.
Well, it's the same people. There was needed nobody more, but we asked for one mentor to help us with that. And actually, creating the game for iOS, in this case, I'm not speaking generally, but in this case, it was like 5% of the problem. 95% is about setting up account on App Store and connection with Apple and all necessities about that.
So the answer is no, not different team members, but there are some other sources you need. For example, some you may need also an Apple device to make a build, or you may just find a service which will make it. So there are other sources that you will need. Okay, thank you. Next questions I see. Would you make something different in game dev process next time? So what were your learnings? What would you do different next time?
Well, what depends on game. Probably I wouldn't change nothing, because we were really learning. We were students at the time, so we are really happy. We learned a lot. But maybe I would be more preparing the upcoming online system of work, because when we started at the really beginning at September, we were meeting like offline, like normally, almost normally, just with masks. But after 1 month, I think at October, we really started to be completely at home and working online. Challenge for our team. So this, I would like to be more prepared for this. It was a big shock for us. And maybe we focused on more for older children, not for a small, like 4 years old. It was really big challenge for us.
But this was learning after testing of the game, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
For example, Katka and Katka, the same question for you as well as stakeholders.
Katka, would you like to answer first? Hello, hello. Okay, so I try. For me, as I already mentioned, it was kind of adventure, that we were stakeholders, but we were also like a kind of students, because we didn't know how to go to such development. But in the end, we realized that there are definitely many similarities between these two processes. That's mean, for example, with storytelling or with work with assets, etc. When we don't think about these technical problems.
Mm.
So I don't know if I would change something. I mean, it's important that we can continue, and we are now a little bit more clever, little bit more experienced, and also what is for me important, that we already have cooperated for 5 months on something, and we have some results of it, and so it's, you know, like a building of relationship, and this is important for me, that really it's a journey and we already make this first step, and this is something what I can really recommend to people who also have some brand and have no such a big financial capacity, or um, they are not so experienced in the gaming industry, that really when they are part of team and they somehow cooperate during this process of game development, it's still something different, like when you are coming to the game industry company and you just offer, I have such a brand and please do something with this. So it's kind of like my positive feedback. I know it's not ideal in this moment, but this journey give us a lot of opportunities, you know. This is, I don't know if I express all.
Maybe it is important to say that Mimi and Lisa came to life in 2013 when this cooperation between the TV series, this cross-media philosophy wasn't so so common. So maybe it is interesting for me to think that if in the future we are going to make some new series or new releases of new Mimi and Lisa stuff, then maybe during the development of this new series or film, we can like parallelly think about the new development of the new game, that it can go somehow parallel, you know, because Mimi and Lisa are in now. Mimi and Lisa are quite old show, right? It came to life in 2013. So.
Thank you. So that was what would we do different. That's another question is about if you would think of it as a more commercial endeavor, could such a game return the cost of its creation? So whether this game can make some money, or at least to return the cost of its creation. That's something what actually we don't know right now, but we have some data, I believe, which can help for us to decide whether it's now whether there is potential or it is not. For example, that's why we made, or our team made that soft launches, that mean like marketing campaigns, and they were collecting data for how much does it cost to acquire a new customer. Right now, our product is for free, but we know that our cost per install is, Branyo, how much is it?
Now cost per install is like 0.15 euro or 15 cents.
Like 15 cents. So we have the first information. We are absolutely sure that if this game would be paid for example, €1, the cost wouldn't be as low. But if the cost per install would be the same and the game would cost €1, we could, for example, think about whether it's gonna work or not. So now it will be up to the team and Full Moon to decide what will they do next with the game. And I think that you already mentioned that you are going to make more levels, which I believe is also an answer for another question, which was, do you plan to make new levels? So this is basically questions. What do you plan to do next, Branjo?
Maybe I just additionally very briefly add to the previous question about the monetization. When you want to monetize the game, you need to plan it at the beginning because you design it differently. You try to design it, for example, for ads or for clickable in-game purchases, or maybe the whole game will be for paying, and you design it of this. Now, what we created, it was not designed for it, so this is totally not the question for this particular game, but for the future, can be the question. And what we plan for the next, so now we negotiate and we prepared and we discuss possibilities for a completely new game, which will be connected with this first one, and which can be connected with. I'm not sure if I can say it, Katka. It can be connected with your preparing.
I've already said it.
Okay.
Little bit. You can say it, of course.
So we would like to connect it more with preparing a book and a special TV movie, which Full Moon is preparing now or working on. Basically said.
Yes, we would like to connect it with this new TV special Garden, which has a strong green message. So we would like to connect these small games in this house, in a menu of game or levels, to the bigger story, also with this green message. So we would like somehow to connect these two products. I don't know how if I can say products, but yes.
Right. So do you want to add something about plans with the game? Branje or Katka, or did you say it all?
I think it's, of course, we are looking forward to make following next steps.
So from my side, the same. We really like this this new project, or let's say everything that is happening now around Mimi and Lisa, and from development team as well. We are really looking forward to continue.
Right. And now I would like to add just one more thing about the selling of the game, or about the commercial strategy. Or the thing is that as Branja said, the game has to be designed in that way, and for this kind of games, or mobile games as such, but the games in general, what helps is that the game is developed for an audience which has enough money. That means to prepare the game to be released on US market or basically English-speaking market. So the game has a better chance to earn money. That's I think the main point, and it depends on the project. But as this project, for example, does not require a lot of reading, so maybe there will be, or there can be some potential, but there is it was not designed in this way, right? So last three questions I see is, did the movie help for the download, the cartoons? But I think Brania, you already mentioned it, but you can give some anecdotes or details.
I can say yes, it helped. Now it was really from the beginning we really tried to catch the community around books, around TV cartoon. For example, at the beginning we put on Facebook a special questionnaire for merchandise, and also we released demo version for this community. We tried to their opinion at the beginning, so we really tried to work with them from the beginning, and it was really visible that it's still very popular brand. Also, books are still selling in the Slovak market, in Czech market. It's still on TV, so it was really helpful for the game as well.
Right, thank you. And question for Katka and Katka as well. So for you, for Full Moon, what percentage of your time or attention you needed to pay to game development besides your main activities as an animation company?
It's hard to say because, you know, we also have another project in our company with the name the Websters. And so I have to say that we are working really a lot. And so I can probably only say we were in touch with the team, I don't know, once per week, definitely once per week, one of us, because there was also Maciej who helped us with the delivering of assets, materials, etc. And we were more like a tutoring or kind of this help. So let's say that definitely Brania can help me probably, but one of us from Full Moon was in touch at least one session per week. Let's say is it okay, Brania?
Yes, I think you described it correctly. Like we always are asking for something to you, spamming emails. And you can imagine it was from asking for assets, for sound design and original music, then for correction of articles for media. So it was really tight cooperation in many ways.
Mm-hmm. So to put it in numbers, it's around 2 hours a week, I would say. And but it depends on the role of a support. So I would say that stakeholders are investing about from 20 to 40 hours during these 5 months, and other workers are providing some another additional time, I think. Mm-hmm. Like maybe 40 hours or more in technical difficulties or technical support. Is that close to what happened?
I think so.
Okay, so around that time, I don't know what kind of percentage is that, but in hours it's like that. So and the last, it's not a question, but it's some nice words for you, and it's that I believe it's Yono or Lono. I'm sorry, Mure-san, and I just want to say good job for making this game. So Lona Muresan really likes that game and he congrats you. So, or she, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it, or whether you are woman or man, but really thank you for kind words. And it looks like that's the last question of our Slido. And also from chat, there is also thanks for the presentation and best wishes from Valentina. So I believe if we don't have some kind of questions from Facebook or from other dimensions, you may ask a question or face-to-face on the Zoom if you would like, or pose another question in a chat or Slido. And until that, it looks like we are done. We may wait a little bit for another, but our time is up. It's only up to you, Katka, Branyo, another Katka, and as well. So is there anybody else who would like to ask something? Maybe we can, for the end, push another poll, pre-show, about you, about our audience. If you go to Slido once again, we may ask question: who are you? What's your role? So we can guess who are we talking to. And if you like, and you are not shy, you can show your faces, and we can wave from across the Europe.
Yeah, I don't see any questions on Facebook and also no raised hands. So I guess we can finish it up.
Okay, so then thank you a lot for your attention. If you would like to pose more questions, you can find us, I believe, as you find us before, through Facebook. You can find Full Moon, you can find CEE Animation, you can find Butterfly Effect, and you can contact us through Facebook. Katka, are you contactable from Facebook as well, or you would prefer a mail?
Of course.
Or you can visit a website and find a mail. So if you would have, if you would like to pose another questions, or are interested in game development in general, feel free to contact us as well. So another thank you for presentation. Thank you, Sashko, for your kind words. He said that we made a great job, and I believe that was for you, Branyo, and your game as well. So thank you all, and with this nice cherry on top, we can end it, and goodbye, good night.
Thank you also to you, Roman, Richard, Butterfly Effect, team, Branyo, Tomáš, and everybody. Thank you attending, and also, of course, CEE Animation enabled us this presentation. And I hope you will also find the way how to, if here are still some producers or directors, how to make own a game from your animation production, for example. Bye.
Thank you very much to all from our side. The same. Have a nice day.
Okay, so right there.